In this video, I'm going to cover a little bit more about the various viewport and its various display modes. So by default, you will have a 4 viewport configuration after you load the template. And then with this, what was shared with you earlier on was you can pretty much use the middle mouse button to drag the views, to pan. You can right click or left click to select the various views, and you can hold the alternate key plus middle mouse button to rotate or orbit the views, and you can roll the middle mouse button up or down to zoom in or out. Next, I want to touch a little bit on how to scale up the views. You can scale up by holding the alternate W to maximize the various viewports after you have selected them. And if you want to make one of the viewports bigger, but yet you still want to maintain the 4 viewport situation, what you can do is you can mouse over the center here of the divider, and you can actually drag them so that you can see it in a larger view this way. You can see a larger view of the 3D, but you will still maintain your various 4 viewports here. And to reset this back, you can mouse over this area here where the divider is, and you can right click and click on reset layout this way. There is also another feature down here at the top right hand corner of every viewport. This would be what we call the view cube. The view cube is designed in such a way that it will help you navigate around faster. But then if you are already very used to holding the alternate W key and the various shortcut key to the viewports, then you probably will not need this very much. But nonetheless, it will be good to know as well. For example here, like I said, the template was configured in a way it is relational. As in right now, you see with an example of a teapot and a cube, you see that the teapot is here, top view. Then you will see the front view, almost like a front elevation of the teapot with the cube on the right hand side here. And then you will see the left view itself with you will see standing from this side here this way, where you will see the cube on this side here, and you will see the handle of the teapot down at this point here, like that. So it becomes quite relational in that sense. The view cube will allow you to make quick changes to the views. For example, if you would want to rotate the view by 90 degrees, we can do so by clicking on this icon down here, this one here. So if I click on this, you will find that now it rotates 90 degrees. And we can keep doing this, another 90, so it will be 180 degrees, and 135 degrees, and back to square one again. And you can also, if you mouse over the view cube, you will find that there are small little arrows that appears when you mouse over. So you can click on them to see it. Let me just click on Z key to zoom all. You will find that it now looks at the bottom of the teapot and the cube itself. It's a bottom view. Alright. And then if I rotate some more, then it rotates to the back view. And if I keep rotating again, now it goes back again to the bottom view. And we rotate again, now it becomes the front view. This way. And when you click on this little house icon here, you will find that now it becomes a perspective view, like that. if you want to toggle this back to an orthogonal view, you can click on this little icon down here at this point, this one here. You can click on this and change it back to orthographic view here. And then with this, you can then click on the faces to go to the particular view that you want to go to. So try to remember and practice more often with using the Z key, because it allows you to zoom everything that is in the scene, all the objects in the scene, so that we can really work faster. Next, I also want to share with you, you see the second portion here, orthographic. This is the orthographic user view, in which here you can also change it to the various views. For example, top view, front view, left view. So I'm just going to revert back to orthographic user view here. Next, I'm going to talk a little bit about the display modes. Earlier we have mentioned you can press the F3 key to toggle between wireframe and shaded mode, and then you press the F4 key to toggle between shaded mode with edges or shaded mode without edges. On top of this plain shaded mode, there are also other more interesting or more expressive display modes that you can use. For example, you can look under the stylized portion here to change it to a graphite view, almost like a pencil shading. Let me just turn off the grid by pressing the G key, so it looks almost like a pencil rendering on paper. And we can change this one to color pencil. This would help to communicate with your studio tutors better, at least with some form of color. And we can change this to, for example, acrylic. This is one of my preferred or personal favorites. It looks a little bit cartoonish because of the black outline as well as the zone out shadings. And we can look at the tech display as well, this one. You can explore some of these interesting display modes for better communication or for presentation as well this way. Lastly, I just want to share with you one more shortcut key, which is the number 7 on your main keyboard. Not the one in the keypad, but the one that is above the Y and the U key. Okay, the number 7. When you press on that one, what's going to happen is the scene statistics will appear here on the top left hand side here. Okay, this will tell you how many polyfaces you have and how many vertex and so on. Now you see down here, for example, we have about 4108 polys and 2090 verts. This is largely due to the teapot that we have in the scene right now. Now I'm going to show you an example. When I right click and hide the selection away, this teapot, you will find that the polygon count will drop exponentially to 12 and 8 only. So what does that tell us? It tells us that it will be easier for us to manage the scene, and it will be easier for the graphic card to process this information when you can manage your scene and work on what you need to work on for now, and then try not to have everything loaded in the scene all at once and while you are doing your 3D modeling and so on. So always try to, it will be good practice to always try to model one thing at a time, and only when you are about to see everything all at once, then you unhide all here, because it will make a big difference to the scene statistics as well as your graphic card load that needs to process all this information at once.